It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. So, by way of an update, the weather has shifted. It is getting cooler. I'm encouraged. You can see this little millie eye here is looking a little livelier. We'll get into that in more detail tomorrow and Walkabout Wednesday. But since it's right here, I thought I'd point that out. Many of you know that I subscribe to the notion that when it is uncharacteristically hot, in other words, your plants have not had a chance to acclimate to weird weather patterns. And this doesn't apply to every single plant, because if you have subtropicals like euphorbias and aluaudias and the like, they can tolerate some summer heat, humidity, and water. But if they've been acclimated to a different environment, it can be shocking to them. And as you know, I just put this garden in a month ago. Brand new baby garden, a lot of cuttings from my own garden, transplants, precious plants that I brought from Chula Vista. And I was a lot more interested in providing shade to my plants than I was in hitting them with water, which I was afraid would cause them to rot due to the fact that they were already so shocked by the transplant and the uncharacteristic heat and humidity. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. One of you mentioned that you didn't love this little aloe here next to the crested sunburst aeonium because you felt like it kind of took away from the majesty of the crest, and that I should sink the pot lower to expose more of the crest, which I did. I did sink the plant lower in the pot, or I sucked the pot lower, and it's still bugging me. I don't love this here. I'm at the point in my journey in this new garden where I'm getting really picky, and I'm doing a lot of fine tuning, and I'm looking at all of the things that you're saying with fresh eyes and evaluating and stepping back, and a lot of what you say is spot on, and you can see things that maybe I can't, being this close to it. So I decided, yes, this little aloe Dorothiae needs to come out of here and be rehomed, but what to put in its place? As I walked around the garden, I don't have anything that I can put in this spot in way of new plant material, but I thought, well, maybe I could just, swap some stuff out. So I think I have found the solution. This pharaoh cactus, this blue cactus, I love this plant. This is one that I brought from my Chula Vista garden. It's been in a few different iterations, or through a few different iterations. This was in the ground over by the fountain in Chula Vista for a while. And I don't know, it was just kind of lost over there. I think the variegated agave attenuata stole the show. So I popped it into this terracotta pot, top dressed it with some fiberglass, stuck it in my courtyard, and I loved that. Love the look of it. Back here behind the little couch on the rug, it feels like I'm just shoving baby in the corner. So I am going to transplant this blue pharaoh into this green pot. I hope that it is going to be a little lower profile and not detract from the sunburst crest. And if I'm wrong, then I may just have to excavate the whole pot. Maybe the answer is, that may be the answer. I really like the pot there though. But at the end of the day, I got to do what feels right design wise. So I'm going to try this, and we're going to decide together if it's a yes or a no. If it's still competing, what I will have to do is remove the green pot altogether and then plant the little pharaoh cactus in the ground, and then figure out something else to do with the green pot. But let's just see how it looks, shall we? I'm going to start by excavating all of these little pebbles. These are really pretty shiny polished rock, and I don't want to lose them. So I'm going to pick all of these out. get back to you when I'm done, and we'll do the excavation and the transplant together. Okay, so during the break, I sidebarred with my colleague, Daddy Greg, who said, well, if you're pretty sure that cactus is still not going to look good in the pot, and you're going to have to take it out of the pot and take the pot out and then replant the cactus in the ground, why don't you just take the pot out, aloe and all, stage the pot, aloe and all, where the blue cactus is, instead of completely reinventing the whole wheel? Daddy's smart. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. You know, as I was looking at this and talking with you earlier, I knew that cactus was still going to stand up too high anyway. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take this out all the way. All right. See, that's a pretty significant hole that I dug in there, isn't it? And I'm just going to take this green pot. It's not that heavy. Okay, and I'll set it right here for now. We'll get it all situated and arranged later. I am going to, well, you know what? Let's just see what's going on with this cactus. I don't know what I'm going to find when I dig into here. If it's going to be really heavily rooted or not. So let's just see what we're dealing with. Oh, yeah, it's not bad. I've got some really pretty reflective fiberglass in here that I'm not going to try to save. There's just not enough fiberglass to bother taking an hour picking it out. Okay. You are such a good little cactus. Look at you. So easy. Okay, so I can take this little cactus and I can set it down there, and then what I'm going to do is use a lot of this soil out of this terracotta pot to backfill my hole. All right. Yeah, this is great because there were so many iterations and so many things that came in and out of this pot. I've got a lot of gravel in here. I've got pumice in here. I've got fiberglass. I've got pebbles. So there's going to be lots of natural aeration. This soil is clean. It smells good. It's absolutely fine. If you have really old, gross soil, it's best to just pitch it and start fresh. But this soil is in excellent condition, so I'm okay to use it. Okay, set that on up. I'm gonna need that to backfill. Okay, little cactus friend. Let's see how you're gonna look in here. I'm picking it up, not touching the thorns. Okay, now. So, what do you think? Is that better or what? Okay, Greg, what do you think?
Much better.
Does it need to? I don't want.
It's tilted fine.
You think it is? It's not too straight of a line visually, because I can also put a piece of rubble back here, if need be. And I'm gonna plant this cactus a little bit above grade because I don't want it subjecting to root or to crown rot. So plant it a little above grade. Stay. Good cactus. Let me step back and take a look. Step way back and take a look. Yeah. Yep. Super interesting. Much better. Well, guys, I don't know. I don't love it. I'm lying. I don't love it. I don't love it. I still think it's too much with the crest. that crest just needs to be on its own. So look at this. Let's pull this out and look again with nothing. Yep. Okay, now granted, something obviously needs to go there. Top dressing, maybe a little rubble, you know, some rock. Perhaps I will move. I know what'll look good. Let's take this portulacaria from this side and plant it over here on this side. There we go. Okay, now what I can do is build this bare area back up with the rest of the soil in this terracotta pot. You know, and I don't know, but what I don't like, the idea of this maybe, you know, coming down a little bit down here. Again, leaving as much air as possible between the ground and the bottom of the crest. So perhaps this will be just the ticket. I am going to go scrounge around for an appropriate rock or two or three, grab some more white creva, and finish this off, and we'll see what we think. Okay, so I'm going to also pull these rainbow rock out from behind here. These are really, really beautiful specialty rocks that I only grabbed a few of because they are so expensive. KRC, I mean, worth every penny, but pricey. So I thought, well, I'll just grab a few and sprinkle them around. And I had thrown some in the back there. You couldn't really even see them, so rescued those. You know, it's amazing what you find when you dig into a space, isn't it? Okay, I found a little leftover lava boulder out front too. You know, it's so funny. All of my leftover plants and rocks and soil, I've been stockpiling out by the fountain and have ended up using it back here. There's like nothing out there right now. Okay, also I've got this. The reason I'm throwing in a small boulder is that is a lot of real estate for there to be nothing. I think. We'll see. That's what my gut tells me. So I'm going to take this boulder, and I'm not exactly sure where to put it. Let me see. Mess around a little here. I got to step back and look. You know, I don't hate that. I think we're good. I think if anything, I have one behind over here that looks like it kind of fell over. Ow, that euphorbia just poked me in the butt. Yeah, see here? Yeah, that fell over. I had that standing up like so. Okay, cool. Ooh, here's another one of those cool rainbow pebbles. There's a piece of rubble, kind of lost in the ether there. Okay. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right, here we go. Let's see. What are we thinking? Yep, like it. All right, so I'm going to take these rainbows out. What is that? Something is coming up here, and I don't know what. Some green plant. Yikes. Anywho, don't want that. Okay. All right, here we go. The beauty of creva is it is very sand-like. So if you find after throwing it down that you've made a horrible mistake, you can typically always just throw other rock on top. You don't have to like peel it all off. But I think I'm definitely gonna like this. So effectively what I've done, I know what you're thinking. Well, you should have put the rock down after you threw down the creva. You're right. But what I've done, I've just created some space, haven't I? created some space so that this crested aeonium can really shine. And if this creva looks a little darker than what was here before, it's just because it's a little bit wet. All right. Okay, and then I can restage my pretty pebbles, my lava boulder. Oh no! Look, a piece of the crest broke. Shoot. Yikes. Oh man. Look what we did. Look what I did. Yikes. Okay. Do not panic. All right, what I'm gonna do. Are you guys enjoying this shit show of a video? I mean, this is my day. What can I say? Okay. What I'm not gonna do is get completely sidetracked cleaning this, but I am gonna trim some of these air roots off. I don't need all those. Okay, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. What's up with these clippers? Okay. All right. Then, this is kind of weak, right? This piece of the crest here isn't the greatest. Very desiccated. So what if I were just to take my multi-tool and plant the piece that broke right here in front, like so. What do we think about that? Is it covering up? It's covering up that? Okay, so maybe not right there. Maybe over a little more this way. How's that? Is that better? Oh yeah, right? Yeah. Right. So basically, this piece behind that was looking a little not so good has now been supplemented through the magic of smoke and mirrors. Love that little rosette right there. Here's another one that popped off. This is a little too small to stick in the ground, so I'll put this over in the Garden of Second Chances, or put it in my fountain or just stick it somewhere else. Okay. So, how are we doing? Good? We liking this? I think I am. All right. That's too many of those. Not loving that. And also, I think these need to be buried a little bit. That's better. All right, now, obviously, I'm going to be circling this all the rest of the afternoon and into the day tomorrow. So, on Walkabout Wednesday tomorrow, if I've had any genius ideas or if you guys have any suggestions, we'll visit those at that time. But right now, yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Feeling good about it. And that leaves me to this cactus. So what about our poor pharaoh cactus? Well, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is probably replant it in this terracotta pot. But you know what? That's the process, isn't it? That's just how it works. It's all good. I'll touch base again with you tomorrow about, what I decided to do. I think that might just find a home out front in the terracotta pot. So, yeah, I hope you were entertained by this today and eager to hear thoughts, suggestions, stories. How are your plants doing? And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow on the Flippity with Walkabout Wednesday. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. Peace out, everybody.